What is up, guys and gals? If this is your first time watching this channel, my name is Chris and this is my channel, Ignited by Nature. Ignited by Nature is a channel dedicated to reviewing outdoor gear, shooting, and everything in between. We love the outdoors and we love being in it. And today I'm super pumped because I'm going to be talking about something that I've been using for the past 4 years. And that's the Nemo Hornet Elite 2-person ultralight backpacking tent. Here are the poles and its separate divvy bag, so you can divide it up. That's how they originally advertised this. The only difference between this tent and the new Hornet Elite Osmo is the Osmo fabric. They changed the color, and the price seems to be almost $250 more than what I originally bought this tent for, which was $400. Bought it for $399 back in 2019. A lot of companies have raised their prices due to COVID, supposedly. I don't know, but all of a sudden all these companies are charging a lot more for their products. If you are looking at buying the new Gen 2 Hornet Elite Osmo, then this would be a good review to watch. Both tents are advertised as 2 pounds, 1 ounce. As far as weight savings, you're not really saving anything, but the Gen 2 Hornet Elite Osmo does have the Osmo fabric, which is supposed to be, I think it's 3 or 4 times more water resistant than the previous fabric. I've never had any problems with this tent, but who knows, maybe other people did. But I've been using this tent since 2019 and absolutely love it. Okay, so now that we've got this tent set up, let's go ahead and take a closer look at this Nemo Hornet Elite 2-person tent. I'm super stoked to get in here and show you guys what this tent is all about. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So taking a closer look into the tent, you'll see that this zipper works pretty nicely. Let's flap that open just because we're going to be coming back out and zipping the actual mesh. It can be kind of difficult one-handed, but if I'm holding it with 2 hands, it works. You'll see that it is pretty spacious for a one-man tent, even though it's listed as a 2-person tent. You have this huge vestibule area, so if you want to put your backpack or any other things out here, you can. You have this guy out to give you a little bit more extra space on the tent, and it hooks to your rain fly. And then, as you can see, you have the main pole, and then it splits into 2. And you'll see here's that patent pending fly bar right here. See how that kind of works and stretches out the tent. Okay, so I'm sitting up in the tent now. I am inside, and I'm on a Thermarest Neo Air X-Therm NXT with a 7.3 R value. It's 3 inches tall, so I'm sitting straight up and my head is touching the top. So if you're taller than 6 foot, you might have some issues with this tent if you're using a 3-inch tall pad. Just wanted to let you know about that. Shameless plug. Ignited by Nature. This is a new color, brown and tan. Actually, I have quite a few new hats. I haven't put them up on the store yet, but you should see them shortly. So new colors and additions are being added as we speak. Turning towards my feet, you'll see that my feet have a good amount of room, and that there is about, I don't know, maybe like 3 inches of extra space back there. And then as you can see, the mesh is see-through. Got that nice see-through mesh. And if I lay back, you'll see that here's the pocket for the headlamp. You can put a headlamp there and do some reading at night. I've done that before. It's pretty nice. And then to my left, I have a side pocket. That's where I put the tent bag. And then you also have another side pocket. And they're pretty deep, fairly deep. I can fit my whole hand in there. As you can see, my whole hand is in there. And then you also see the other door that is not open. I can unzip it. Like I said, it's hard to unzip these doors with one hand, but I did it. Now I'm zipping it back up. You can see the zippers don't stick, so that's nice. Okay, so now I'm set up and I have a little bit of headroom behind me. I would say that this tent is good out to 6'2". If you're 6'2" or below, this tent could work for you. If you're a bigger guy or a gal, then you're gonna need something bigger. I also did just want to show you the space in this tent. As you can see, there's a lot of room for one person, but you can also see that if you were to have two people, it would be pretty tight. Just wanted to show you that as well. Let's go ahead and zip this back up. And then moving out to the other side of the tent, you have your second access point right here. So we'll go ahead and take a closer look. And just like in version 2, this version 1 tent has Velcro to keep rain out of your zipper area, or just to keep rain from getting through. So you can unzip that, and then you can see that whole zip action was pretty smooth. I didn't get any sticking. So if I want to roll this out of the way, I can do so by just kind of rolling this up. And then there's this nylon slide through clip that goes through this rope, and then a D-loop, and basically you just stick that through the D-loop, and you're just gonna pull tight. And now this rainfly is held tight against the pole, and you have access to your tent. And so now you can see I have access to both sides, and we'll go ahead and show you how this zipper works. So I can zip up right here and all the way down. So now, as you can see, I'm accessing the tent from the other side. You can see how easy those zippers worked. I'm gonna go ahead and close the side back up, and we'll finish up this review. Zipping up the rainfly is super easy, especially with two hands. It just zips up flawlessly. And now that that's Velcroed, you're good to go. Let's talk about some technical specs. But before I do that, check out the link in the description below, and you can see my video in which I did a review on the Hornet Elite Osmo one-person tent. That's version 2. So basically, it's the same tent as this. It's the newer version, and it's a single-man tent. Go ahead and check that out if that's something you're interested in the description below. Nemo has this tent rated as a 2-person tent. You can fit 2 people in here. It's going to be a little tight. Me and my wife spent the night in this tent before. It was really tight. I'd recommend it as a 1-person tent. The floor dimensions of this tent are 85 by 50 inches. So you do actually have a lot of room. On each side of the tent, you also have a vestibule, and that has 6.2 square feet on each side. There's also 2 door entryways in this tent. So if you are sleeping with 2 people and you want to be crammed, you have 2 points of access. So in the middle of the night, if someone needs to go to the bathroom, they don't need to crawl over you. They can just use their door. Another cool feature is that this tent is made from one pole. So everything just clips together. You don't have a bunch of poles. You just snap everything together. It takes about 4 snaps, and then you have your whole frame, and you can just put it up nice and fast. It's pretty intuitive to set up, and you're not going to have many issues setting this tent up. This tent is listed as a 3-season tent. I've used this tent all the way until late November. It's been fine. As long as you have the right gear with you, you'll be fine in this tent. I usually use the Neo Air X Therm NXT by Thermarest. It's a 7.3 R value. And then I'll be using my Nemo Disco 0 degree. And then tonight I'm actually using a Stone Glacier Chilkoot 15. So I'm pretty stoked to try this one out. It's supposed to be 19 degrees out tonight. Perfect time to test out all this gear and test out this tent. As far as condensation issues, I haven't really had much condensation. The tent has good ventilation. If you're looking at the newer version, version 2, which is the Osmo Hornet Elite, then the only difference really is the fabric that they're using is Osmo fabric, which is supposed to be 4 times more water repellent. It's either 3 or 4 times. The fabric on this tent is made out of silicone and polyurethane and is a 10 denier fabric. So it's pretty thick, and I haven't had any issues with it tearing. I did buy the footprint for this tent, and it was $39.99. I believe the price of the footprint for the newer version is $59.99. So once again, that price did go up. This tent also features the volumized fly bar, which is essentially just a bar that sticks out and gives you more volume and stretches out the tent. This is also a feature that is used in version 2 of the Hornet Elite Osmo. So like I said, there's not a lot of differences between this version 1 tent and the version 2 tent. So if you're watching this video, you should be able to get a good idea of what the version 2 tent is all about, and you'll be able to basically decide if you want to buy it or not. I honestly think they came out with a new version so they can charge more for it. Unfortunately, the price of the Hornet Elite Osmo Ultralight tent went up to $649. COVID and all the other stuff supposedly raised prices. I don't know, but no one's dropped prices yet on gear. So just be prepared to pay a lot more if you buy the brand new version. I have not been able to find this tent on any of the major backpacking websites, but you might be able to find it on Facebook Marketplace and even get it cheaper than I got it, since it's now a version 1 used tent. Nemo does offer a lifetime warranty on all their products. I've used it a couple times, and no questions, no hassles. They replaced it, and they just have great customer service. So one of the things that you are buying when you're paying a lot of money is the warranty, and you're also paying for customer service. If you want a company that provides great customer service and cares about their customers and products, then I would recommend Nemo equipment, and I would recommend that you spend the extra money for a piece of their gear. This is one of the lightest tents out there. There are some lighter tents, especially if you want to do a single person tent. But as far as durability, the warranty, and just the overall ruggedness of this tent, I think it's a great price and value. If you're going to buy the version 2, you're just going to pay a little bit more money. If you can find this tent used, then I would buy it. I would highly recommend that you buy it, and it's a great tent. Alrighty, so I got my stuff all set up. I'm nice and warm. Sun's starting to set. It's getting late. I'm going to make myself some dinner and go to bed. Thank you so much for watching my review on the 2-person Nemo Hornet Elite Ultralight backpacking tent. This is Gen 1, but if you're looking at buying Gen 2, this review will definitely help you because they're almost the same. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel and click that bell button to get notifications of future videos. I really appreciate you watching my video, like I said. And if you want to leave me a comment or you want to add anything, please leave a comment in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, guys and gals.